Boom! It's 9 minutes past 5.
Not bad.
Well, it should have been 5 o'clock, but you were too busy talking about the gender politics of a former Olympian that is going in the jungle.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, it's not controversial, we're just talking about it as a general thing.
Maybe.
And we're live on YouTube. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello. What am I looking for here?
Bill, pass over the iPad, please, mate, so Baz can... You know.
Are you looking at YouTube on there?
I'll look at YouTube.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't mind looking at YouTube.
Well, I can pay tonight.
It is Wednesday. The details of the second
Cheers, mate.
Everton consultation have just been revealed. We went to the live building yesterday. That's why we were there. Anyone on Patreon will have seen we did the show live from Everton's headquarters. Not that you'd know. We were in a room with white walls and there was a window going to the outside. So it wasn't like we were sitting in, we were all Evertoned up. We did it out of convenience because we had to go to a meeting, and by the time the meeting finished, we were going to go live at 5. We couldn't get back to the studio. We don't want to let down our patrons. I mean, that's the last thing we'd want to do, is it? Let down our patrons, you know what I mean? So...
we're never going to do that.
Never going to do that. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down.
We're going to run around.
Desert you?
Hurt you first.
No, I'd never desert them.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't hurt them.
But they're fair enough.
So we've ticked
classic combo, isn't it?
We've literally ticked all the boxes.
Johnny Robinson says how something are international breaks. I don't mind an international break. I don't mind a break. See the international bit? Do what you want with that. That break bit, I think, is good for all of us. Just all of us, mentally.
Okay.
Just have a weekend, right, where you're not affected by football. And you can recharge the batteries. Yeah. Go for a walk with your missus. They're
looking at it from a football point of view. From a football point of view.
But I think you need it from a football point.
No, listen, from a football point of view of what's going on, it's crap. But I know what you're saying, and that's not a bad thing to recharge.
Everyone recharge the batteries.
Get ready for next week.
Go for a walk, go out, go and enjoy yourself. Maybe go and see some friends that you have not seen for a while. In other words, Liverpool fans.
Well, why do you want to go and see them?
But you mightn't have seen them for a time. This is the time to see when there's no...
So this is a time to go and see them?
When would you see them? No, but... So what you're saying... I'd only
see them about between June and August, before the season starts.
Isn't that literally the worst time?
Well, no, because I just go, last season. Talking about history again.
Yeah, but they've not actually got anything now.
They're just on
hang on.
And turning it up.
No. What they won last year is now history, and they haven't won anything this year. So in fact, this is the best time.
Well, they've won the European Super Cup.
Not a thing. That is not a real thing.
Do you remember the lads when...
Charity Shield, that? It's not even the charity...
They lost the Charity Shield.
And
I'm hanging on to that.
I'm going to say that I believe the Everton versus Everton Chile is a bigger trophy than the Super Cup.
Okay. And they're about to win the World Club Championship.
You say about. Have they done it?
But they will. Well, they're only playing us.
Hayley Lee says, hi, Baz and Ped. Hopefully last Saturday was a turning point for our season. I think the Spurs game might be a turning point. Hayley, I do. Glenn Watson says, Ped, how good is Disney Plus? Never realised you were such a big fan of High School Musical. Recommended for you. It's Baz who's the High School Musical fan. Genuinely.
High School Musical's amazing.
It's amazing. It's not a euphemism, that either.
High School Musical is brilliant.
He begs the question...
Watched it with me kids, absolutely brilliant.
Steady down.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
You're peeking.
Sorry.
He begs the question, what is your favourite musical? Grease, which he spelled Grease like the country. That's not a great start.
No. But that's fine, he's asking a question.
Jersey Boys?
No.
Or The Lion King?
Grease.
Have you seen Jersey Boys?
No.
My mum and dad love Jersey Boys. One of the people in it, right, because it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
One of the people
Isn't it Frankie Valli?
Yeah, one of the people in it is young Joe Pesci.
No. Okay.
Joe Pesci was part of it. He was a bit of a... I've seen The Lion... Have you never seen The Lion King musical?
Not the musical. No, I have. In the
park.
No, I've seen...
Really, at a theatre?
When it comes to when it's on the Empire, to be honest with you, right, I wasn't impressed with it.
Okay, that's fine.
I was more impressed with the Disney version in the park. I went to see it in the Empire and all walking around with the things. But the songs are brilliant.
I can't believe that neither of us have said it. New technical director of FIFA.
Nah! No, don't do that again. Classic.
Classic Lion King.
Over on Patreon, we've got Margaret Creep saying, hi lads, hello Margaret. Gary Ward with the old siren, howdy, hello Gaz.
Apologies if I blew your ears off, by the way.
Yeah. Mark G says, you blew Billy's ears off. Mark G says, gentlemen, how are we today? Hopefully better than I am, suffering from fever and stomach issues. Better entertain me. We'll try and go full Robbie for you. Mark
I'll
also...
tell you what, let me entertain you. Let me entertain you.
Shall I get off then?
No.
Because I can just chill over there. It's fine.
Classic quote.
Mark G also says, me and you share a watch with Moise Keane. Because it wasn't live at 5. Don't go there with it. It only has to be. Forget it. Anthony Davies says, just watch the Big Nev interview. Absolute class. It needs to be put out in the mainstream.
Not only on Patreon at the moment.
It
exclusive
is.
Patrons.
It's exclusive to
for
patrons. His speech about...
As is the Graham Sharp interview.
His speech about winning mentality and philosophy of the club is everything we need as a club to be winners. People need to start listening to the man. Why is he not employed in some capacity at the club? Probably because the boys are scared of his views. The board, not the boys.
Who the boys?
The board are scared of his views. And it's much easier to plod along as we are than drag ourselves.
To be fair though, what I would say on that is, and I agree that there's always got to be a place for Neville Southall at Everton Football Club. But it's not just the people at the top. It would probably also be like, the manager. But I suppose that the people at the board have got to almost invite him to be amongst people at the club. We've been talking about a lot. We've been talking about this idea of having like people who, and it's probably a lot of it comes from the Howard's Way thing. And it's a. We don't really use our wealth of knowledge, our pool of knowledge that we have at the football club, and reinvest it into the club. When you watch people, things like, like look at Ajax, and you look at there's a documentary on Amazon about Dortmund, and everyone who works at Dortmund in higher positions, not coaching positions, like business, are all ex-players, all putting in, like they've got not just one, they've got like a brand, but then they've got all these people in other positions, that are all ex-footballers and things like that, and who played there, and they bring all that with them. That's what we should be doing, having like mentors at the club, maybe.
So it's Neville Southall should be one. Yeah. Steve Kelly says, all right, lads, mentioned it last night. Striking options, I know Baz has mentioned Giroud. I personally think he may go back to France. Is there any other options you can think of which are realistic? What do you think of the lad Morelos at Rangers? He's scoring a lot of goals, but it's the Scottish League. Steve, come on.
Has he got as many as Defoe?
Don't know. He probably has, because he does score a couple every week.
Defoe's scoring unbelievable.
But at the end of the day, Steve, Scotland, I know a few people have mentioned him. There's a big difference in the leagues. It depends what you're looking for, doesn't it? Giroud is just... The only reason Giroud's really been mentioned is because he's a target man. He's experienced, won a World Cup. He's on the bench at Chelsea. And so therefore, people will look to him. And he's been linked with us before. Yeah. But I don't know. It's a difficult one, because you're trying to get someone to come in January when you've still got people like Moise Keane and Dominic Calvert-Lewin who might need games as well. But
Sophie Gallagher says, I have a feeling we might hear Usmanov's name more when the stadium starts getting built. Quite clear his background. No, we'll never hear his name ever. We'll never hear his name. I guarantee you, we'll never hear his name. Willie MTM says, don't think we should sell Sigurdsson. Iwobi isn't good enough for number 10. Yeah, he is. He is good. He is good enough. He's definitely.
I think he's miles better.
I think he's definitely good enough.
Personally.
I think the goal on Saturday showed what we need in that role. Forget about number 10. Number 10 is like a fantasy position that it doesn't actually exist. It doesn't really exist that much in football anymore, unless it's actually a second striker number 10, not like a midfield number 10. Most teams now have like a flat 3. The Man City have a number 10. They don't do that, and they've got proper number 10s. If you wanted number 10s, they've got them to spare, right? But you don't really play that anymore. So you want you want 3 midfield, but you want one that breaks into the number 10, and that's the difference. Sigurdsson plays high and doesn't move, whereas Iwobi breaks into a number 10, and we've seen that for the goal on Saturday, the winning goal. Is how he broke through the lines and fed it wide. And So you want it to be more than just a number 10. Number 10 is, for me, it's like a mythical position that can only a few people can really do properly. And that's why it's so hard.
The thing with Iwobi is he carries the ball.
Yeah.
Sigurdsson doesn't carry the ball. Sigurdsson waits for the ball to come into him and then tries to shift it and do something with it. Iwobi transitions with the ball really well. On Saturday alone, he put the ball for Sidibe for the goal. He slid one through to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which was a great block by Vestergaard. He hit the post. He had a shot that deflected just wide. He was very much involved. And if you look at Andy, does a lot on chances created and forward passes and, you know, in split zones and all of that. And Iwobi far outperforms Sigurdsson on every level. Gylfi Sigurdsson technically is a brilliant footballer. There's no question about that. And dead balls, he's fantastic at. Well, he's good at. But in terms of the way Everton's midfield needs to play, in my opinion, it's chalk and cheese.
I remember in the summer when we were rumoured with Iwobi, and Andy was in here at the Piv, and he really likes Iwobi. But he said what the club were looking for at the time, which people were overlooking, was that's why we were so heavily linked with Malcolm, because Malcolm was the best around at picking up the ball and transitioning. Basically means picking the ball up deep and running with it and get you up the pitch. And we haven't had a player like that since Ross Barkley, who can get you up the pitch. You think about it. You think about how important it is and how many teams, Man City and Liverpool and a couple of others, they have those players that get them from their own half to the edge of the opposition box.
Maddison does it for Leicester.
In one go. And that's what we haven't had. And that's why they wanted someone like a Zaha or an Iwobi or a Malcolm. It's because of that transition. And that's what excited Andy about him, those numbers. And sometimes you can buy a player and you want the full package. But sometimes they say, well, you know what, we'll buy them on this. It's like the Moneyball thing. It's like you buy them for one thing and then you try and round out all the issues. Iwobi's not the finished article by a mile, but every time he picks that ball up, he's positive with it and he drives forward. And we do need to roughen his edges off, but that's why we got him, essentially. Jack says thoughts on the Sterling situation. It's nonsense, really. I don't know why they've made such a big deal out of it, if I'm honest. I think it's nonsense.
Should have just let it go, really, and just moved on from it.
Baz, Tom says, when did Everton appoint Michel Rabelais as our French scout? He used to be at Watford and is a good scout for us on Football Manager.
Wasn't he the fella that come in the summer?
I have no idea.
You know what? I don't know, Tom. I'll try and find out for you. I'm sure Brand's changed a few things before the last season ended, and he may have been one who was brought in then, or he might have been the fella that came in last January. But I'll try and find out for you, Tom.
Loads and loads of comments. So try and keep your comments to like questions.
Before we carry on, the results of the second public consultation.
The results are in.
Which was the meeting we went to yesterday, and basically 96% of respondents agree with the development of the People's Project. 98% support the design of the stadium. 96% support the proposed reuse of the historic features at Bramley-Moore Dock, including the hydraulic tower. 90% support the proposed transport strategy, and 92% the proposed outline design for the redevelopment of Goodison Park, and 91% support the proposed mix of uses and amount of development at Goodison Park. It was the 43,000, over 43,000 responses. It was the biggest response to a public consultation ever. So overwhelming backing from everybody.
Yeah.
Not only on Merseyside, but from outside of Liverpool and outside of the UK as well.
Planning application will go in next month.
Yeah.
We were not given a date, so, and any dates that have been mentioned so far apparently are not set in stone, and there's no truth in some of them, but I don't know when. So it can take up to 6 months. It can take 16 weeks. It just depends how much information they want to go through. And obviously this is a big project, so they're going to go through all the information. And then it'll come down to, a straightforward approval, or it might come down to them wanting more information, which I think they're prepared for. It's not going to be a simple case. I don't think anyone at the club is expecting a hard no at all. No. Nobody is, because they've gone through this. They've gone through all the scenarios with all legal experts, and they can't see any reason why it would be knocked back. There are obviously the problems with heritage and problems with the UNESCO, but then that's not really anything to do with Everton. Everton just falls into that thing. It wouldn't help that thing, but that thing's already going on. And it's just a case of get them sifting through it, and all these consultations have been here so that Everton know what people's issues are, so that they can already address them or go, oh, that's a problem. We need to maybe change that in the planning application. But it seems like with the results, they haven't really found any. In fact, we went through the numbers with, honestly, like, they showed us that, like, all the breakdowns, and the amount of people who didn't want it was like tiny. And what that said to me was, well, you know what? If you don't want this stadium, you've had your chance now. You've had your chance to say you don't want it. When the planning application comes up, you've had your chance to say what you wanted. You had a really good chance. And then people saying objections through heritage, very, very little. Few people objected because they didn't like the design, but it wasn't many. Some people wanted to stay at Goodison, but it wasn't many. And they were all just like little things. And even if you add them all up, they're still not big. Still like 98% are happy with going. So
it's all very, very positive. Yeah. It's all very good. And as Ped said, it's public consultation. Next stage is planning application, which will be made within probably the next 4 or 5 weeks. And then it's in then. And then it's into the case of, just wait for the council to deal with it. Normally these things take 4 or 5 months just for even like a housing extension or something like that. So hopefully we'll hear something by April, May.
All we ever hear is, and I see it all the time in the comments and stuff, is why aren't we doing more? Oh, this thing again, it's nonsense. We've got beat, so we're going to roll out the chat about the new stadium. This, once, next month, it's in then, and then it almost becomes like actually tangible, because we've basically done then everything at our end. We asked them flat out, we said, if you get planning permission, how long will it take? And they were like, a few weeks. Like, from getting planning permission.
Well, it's like 1 to 2 months.
Well, that's a few weeks.
Yeah.
I'm being positive here.
I know what I'm saying to you. If it goes as planned, roughly, Everton could start doing stuff next summer.
No, what I mean is, though, the wheels will be in motion like that. And it's a case of boots on the ground within like 6 to 8 weeks of getting it started.
Straight away.
But the minute they get planning permission, it's like, boom, get the phone, we're ready to go. Yeah. They've already started, like, they're putting the 10 years out for people to try and get. I've seen it. There's a video going around Facebook a couple of weeks ago. It was a video that someone had put showing that had been sent to their company to do the brickwork to put the 10-year out. So they're already trying to get everything. So once this goes in, Everton have done everything they can at the back end. So if anyone out there is like, this will never happen, why would Everton do all this? They've spent millions on this already, millions, and it all comes out of the club's finances as well. By the way, the minute we get planning permission, the minute it becomes a separate company, and it doesn't affect
in the same way
the club anymore. It doesn't go into our account; it goes into the stadium limited account. So,
okay. Simon Rouse says, evening. I see a report today that Everton has had the easiest run so far of all the teams in the Premier League, and our next 5 games is the toughest run. Now's the time for players need to stand and be counted. Well, that only becomes a difficult or easy run, depending on your results, in my opinion. Mark T also says, of the upcoming 15 points available, Norwich away, Norwich at home, Leicester away, Liverpool away, Chelsea home, United away, how many will we get? I've got us down for 7. Where are we? Yeah, 7, 8 maybe. I think we'll win both the home games, and we'll draw at United, and we might get something at Leicester. Liverpool's a very, very tough one, but you never know, Mark. Could get 15, who knows. Steve Kelly says, after watching the film, Howard's Way, it got me thinking Colin Harvey would surely have to be one of the most influential men in our club's history with what he's done as a player, coach, and bringing the likes of Rooney through and seeing him in that film. He gets what it was like to play and work for the club. The pride and passion was so unbelievable. It was. And Kane says, dreading the Christmas period, too many games at once, leaving me skint. Normally we are crap around December, January. Silva needs to play most of the squad and learn from his mistake last season, as this makes or breaks our season now. Hope Gordon is involved too in the next few weeks.
I think he will be.
Big opportunity. Well, it's up to him. Kane.
No, I think he will just be because of the amount of the size of the squad.
Yeah, but it's up to him to force his way in, isn't it? Keith Powell says, Moyes Keane had better start respecting his teammates, both here at Everton and also with the Italian international squad too. Regardless of skill, age, lose that and it's twice as difficult to break through. We need him this season, not next.
Yeah.
Mark said, switch to watching on Patreon as an attempt to give myself a feeling of superiority. Lucas says, sup fellas, will Howard's Way be available on mainstream services such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, Stan, etc.? What's Stan?
No, because they're streaming services. I don't think it's got a streaming service host yet. That's a different kettle of fish. It's available to buy. It's not available to stream.
Yeah, it's not going to be streamed.
Although I think you can, if you've got Sky, I think you can rent it.
Oh, can you?
I think so. I think it's available to rent. But why would you want to rent it? Why would you want to rent it? You want to buy it.
Just buy it, Lucas. Then you've got it, or get it for Christmas. Then you have it in your possession. It's yours. It's your piece of history, which is massive. It's an unbelievable film. Honestly, it really is. Derek Hulton says, hi, youngsters. Hope you've got all your leads in this evening, Baz. Fantastic results published in reference to the public consultation. Can't wait to hear the planning permission is being proposed. Then we can all dream the dream. You're only going to have to wait for a few weeks for it to go in, Derek. Big P Cat, Paul Cattle says, evening all, great response for the Bramley Moore doc consultation. Just got my Howard's Way DVD today, and that's my Everton free weekend sorted.
There you go.
You will love it, Paul. Love it.
Let's have a look. Johnny Robinson says Iwobi shouldn't be seen as a replacement for Sigurdsson, as we are trying to rid ourselves of that role. For now, though, we need him as we're light on the ground. That's exactly right. All these players got to fight to get in the team.
Yeah.
G. Carlin says, I have a feeling we will win at Liverpool. He will win at Anfield, basically. What he's
imagine if they're still unbeaten and we went there and beat them. Just imagine.
Bright 77 says we can. What? That doesn't even make sense. Sorry. Let me go down.
So can we talk?
I don't know. I don't know what that says.
No.
It's some kind. It looks like he's using internet speak. Sophie says, how much is Howard's Way? I mean,
I don't. How much actually is it?
About 15 quid.
I'll have a look now. So for you.
Jack Whitey says rumours on Moyes Keane returning to Serie A.
Nonsense.
And Paul Lightly says Mini Raiola spouting off. He's trying to get Moyes Keane to Milan. Seems rash if it had happened, but we have to notify Juve of any bids to give him that first choice. Hate them to leave. Kid needs a season. What are you?
Hang on. First of all, he signed a 5-year contract at Everton. Greta Steinson has just come out today and said he's one of the best talents in world football, and we're delighted he chose us.
Right.
Everton are not going to sell Moyes Keane.
Right. What do you do, right? The kid, right, is 19 years of age. He's broken a rule that all the players sign up to, right? So there'll be certain rules, whether it be don't be late for meetings, don't be using your mobile phone in the canteen, whatever it is, I don't know. But they sign up to it, and they might be fined, or they'll be fined for some, maybe not for others, I don't know, right? That's for everybody. He's a first-team player. So what you do if he breaks it, you punish him. And they punished him by him not being in the squad on Saturday, right? Is he more special than anybody else at the club? Right? No, he isn't. You need team discipline. The manager has to have that team discipline. It has to run through the club. You've got to know who the boss is. Is he any more special? No. So his agent might be saying today, well, we want him more games of football, so we're prepared to take him elsewhere. Well, if that's the case, that's the case. You can. This is the problem with the game, as far as I'm concerned, is that we we pamper everybody in football, absolutely everyone, whether they be under 18s or first team players. We pampered a lot. It's why we've got footballers on the pitch giving opposition footballers a hug after they've just broken one of our players' ankles. It's right through the game. And personally, I'm sick of it. I want to see players, if they do the wrong thing, be punished for it. Because at the end of the day, it's a team, and you're all the same. And it's up to you've got to have rules, and it's up to stick with the rules as well. And what he's got to do is go, I've done something wrong there. That's on me. I need to come back stronger now. And I don't. Is he gone with the Italy under-21s because he got sent off, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's gone, but if he isn't, I expect him to work hard for the next couple of weeks and show the manager that he wants to be in the team for the Norwich game and he wants to be back on the bench. Because if Anthony Gordon, who's one of ours, is working his bollocks off to be in the squad, and I know he'll probably be with the under-19s or something, if he's working hard and Moise Keane's working hard, but Gordon's working harder, Gordon's now took his chance to be in the squad. So that's what you want. You want players all fighting. And if they sulk and go, I don't want to be here, then see you later, mate. But the club, I've got big hopes for them, but they've also got to be tough and say, listen, you've got to knuckle down. It's like when players don't learn English. To me, and that's the same if a English player goes abroad. By the way, I'm not being funny there. What I'm saying is, you want everyone to be able to communicate with each other, and I think clubs let players get away with not learning the language. Now, don't get me wrong. That's not to be confused with like Aguero, right? Might go on the telly and not speak any English, but in the dressing room, we've seen Mina and Richarlison last year, didn't we? And they understood everything that was getting said to them. But at the same time, they might not be comfortable going.
They're having English 3 times a week. So's Moise Keane.
Yeah.
He's doing English 3 times a week. Yeah. So he's determined to
That's important because that means you can talk to each other. But I hate this thing of like players being allowed, don't worry, you don't have to like that. No, you should. Everyone should be treated the same. So don't worry. Never worry when any of our players, if our players get linked with other clubs, it means because they're doing well. When they're not getting linked, that's when you should be worried.
Sophie, it's $9.99 on Amazon.
There you go.
So there you go.
Glenn Watson says, if the two of you appeared on a 1990s Saturday night game show, Gladiators, what would your gladiator names be and why? Wolf, Hawk, Trojan, etc. That's a good one. Should we have to have a new name or do we take one of their names?
And is it now? Is it us now? Appearing now or when?
Well, if it was in the 90s, I was about 4 stone nothing.
And I was the Flash.
Oh.
You wouldn't have got near me. I was that quick, you wouldn't have got near me. I mean, if you'd caught me, you'd have been able to, I was 9 stone wet through. You couldn't throw me off a thingy. You know, but I was fit because I was training and playing. What would it be now? The Thinker.
The Thinker, ooh.
You'd have to think about how to outsmart. You'd just be like the Bludgeoner or something. You just get in and the Bull. You'd be just.
Know what I'd be? No, this would be my name. The Truth.
The Truth.
That would be mine. The Truth.
Okay.
That's it. That's what you want.
I don't want to finish with anything. I don't want to carry on now.
That's what you want. The
You've said
Truth.
it. Let's move on.
That's what it'd be.
That's all it's about. Mark Pendleton says.
Or the Antelope. One or the other.
Mark Pendleton says, look forward to watching the player interviews on Patreon later this evening. Well, Ped, better get a move on.
Well, yeah.
Mark Pendleton also says Naismith is still banging them up in Scotland. There you go. Well, yeah, he is. So that's in reply to Morelos from Rangers.
Oh, sorry. I get you thinking.
And Steve says he's been scoring a lot of goals in Europe for them as well. I know he has, Steve, but there's still a difference, isn't there? It's still a difference.
I do like how much of a narc he is, though. I do like that about him.
Yeah.
He is a bad narc.
He's been sent off 3 times this season, hasn't he? Yeah. So that's great, yeah. So we have him for 20 minutes and he's gone. Grant Ferguson says, evening, lads. How about Dembele, the ex-Celtic player? Most definitely. Everton are interested in him, most definitely. But he's about a £40 million.
And we've already got the song for him.
Adembele, 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 Adembele. We could have had him. Hi. Dembele.
Right, I went in the wrong key there.
You did go in the wrong key and that's never good. Yeah. we could have had him for £5 million on the day that we pay 13.5 for Umanias.
Sounds quite similar to where
just
we
so
could
you
have
know,
had a
Virgil
Dutch
van
centre
Dijk.
back.
Yeah. But we
It almost
chose
feels like
Funes
it almost
Mori.
feels like Martinez chose players who were
To sabotage us.
It almost feels like he played over the odds for very average players for some reason. No, I don't know why he would do that.
No,
I don't know why he would do that. I'm not saying it.
No.
I'm not saying it. I mean, who remembers Leandro?
Brian Garside says, I'm not a lover of international football, but like how the likes of Winks, Henderson, even Chamberlain injured all season, and Rice get picked ahead of Tom Davis is beyond.
Let them do it.
Let them do it. Brian,
Let them do it.
Let them have all of them. Mate.
Tom will play 2 games for the under-21s. He'll have good games.
He'll be the captain
and his
he'll come
confidence
back.
will be flying.
Yeah.
Let them do what they want. They have fights between them. Do you want that? Do you want that on your case? Do you want that?
You know what I don't want?
Tom skateboarding.
I don't want Tom Davis being infected by Declan Rice at all.
Nobody wants
Declan Rice.
No one's that.
Say the name to yourself.
No one's that.
No.
Declan
And Rice.
Declan
I mean, Declan's all right, but Rice.
And Rice.
No.
Did your second part of the Ant
I did.
thing?
Thought it was great. Thought it was really interesting.
I mean, put it this way: if that means that he's a king, related to kings, then I'm related to kings.
Royalty, basically, that's what he's saying. There you go. I thought it was really interesting. It is mad, isn't it? It's mad how that.
I'm going to get one of those tests. I genuinely am going to get one.
You should do.
I'm going to get one.
I thought about it last
Imagine
night.
you did.
I'm not even interested.
Imagine though they were like, you did the DNA test. And they were like, I want to find out of all my heritage. And the first thing they went to me is, yeah, your mum and dad are not related to you.
Okay. I mean, I thought that was a bit when they were in the funeral parlour. I was like, what?
That's what it's like in Ireland, though. You know, there's like like the way they went in the first one, the
like
pub
the
with the garage.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. You go to places and it's like in Wexford. When I went to Wexford, there was an Undertaker's that was a pub. Genuinely, like they double up on it. I mean, it makes sense. Tremendous.
If you can share like the electricity bills and all that. Mark G says the film is available in the US on Amazon. Howard's Way, so there you go. Okay. Gary Ward bought Howard's Way on Amazon Prime, but he hasn't watched it yet. It's also available for rent. Mark G also says, please disregard all nonsense about Key moving to Serie A. The source is Calcio Mercato, and they are a site that makes things for clickbait.
They actually, I think they give Niash Player of the Year in Russia.
They did.
I think that's it.
And it's the same site claimed that Sidibe was unhappy and was getting loaned to Milan in January, which again is nonsense. They've also put a story on before, basically what Greta Steinson said about Moise Keane, saying that he's one of the best talents in the world and he's glad he's at Everton. So they've put that out before. So you're right, Mark, it's a clickbait thing. Derek Hulton says, need help as I'm 89 going on 60. What is the easiest way for me to get a copy of Howard's Way? Living in Southport makes it difficult for me.
Living in Southport?
I want a copy ASAP. How can I?
Whoa, hang on. Living in Southport? Come on.
Have a bit of respect.
Have a bit of respect. First people from Southport?
For Derek.
Derek walked the bleeding 5K.
I don't care. Have a bit of respect for him. Derek, there's lots of ways you can get it.
Did he not have postman?
I don't know. I just said you can say it, but just say it with respect.
I am saying, okay. Did he not have postman? Southport.
Derek, you're on the internet because you're a patron and we love you. So you can go onto Amazon, but the wait is like 1 to 3 weeks, just so you know. If you
there's no one on Prime got Prime.
Amazon, you can buy or rent if you got Amazon Prime. You can buy or rent it. Howard Ruston says, morning gents, listen to the Nev interview this morning. Great interview. He should be in the public eye more often. Anyway, it's -4 and snow here today.
Where?
We'll need your humour for the long drive home later. Howard, where are you?
Where?
Let us know where it is.
Morning.
If you say like Stockbridge Village, then fair enough.
Southport!
It's in Southport with Derek. No wonder Derek's worried about the home and away DVD. What? The Howard's Way DVD? Yeah, flaming killer! Get down to Yabby Creek, mate. I don't know what happened there.
Tom says, what do you make of Marco? Why? Tom, can I just first ask, why does every word start with a capital?
Because he's trying to do good English.
All right, is that good English?
No, it's not.
No.
It's
he says, what do you make of Marco Silva basing who he picks on the weekend based off training? Personally, I don't care what happens during the week as the game is the only thing that matters.
Right.
So Tom, hang on. So Tom, players can arse around all week and then expect to play on a Saturday. I mean, how does that? I mean,
Like Tom,
how old are you? Tom, just question, how old are you? Because honestly, that what you've just said literally is completely the wrong thing. Think, right, if you were a sportsman, right? Literally, if you were a sportsman, does that mean that you would just turn up to like events and just do it? That's not how it works. No. Ronaldo doesn't look like he does because he just gets up every morning and does nothing. He looks like he looks because he goes to training, works hard, and goes to gym and goes back to training every day to be like that.
You've got to look at it like, just imagine it is as a full working week. Forget it's an hour and a half on a Saturday or whenever the game is. You're training and working. You're working for Everton Football Club for 5 to 6 days a week. You sign a contract. Neville Southall said this to me yesterday when they interviewed him, or the day before when they interviewed him, and he said, when you sign a contract for Everton, you're saying to that club, that football club, you will do everything in your power to be the very best player you can be. And that includes working hard and training hard. So every day you go into training, you're employed by Everton Football Club to do the very best and to work hard. Now, if you're the manager and you look at players coming in and arsing about, not putting tackles in, not running, why on earth would you remove, because I'm looking at you moving that. Is that someone giving...
Someone's just spamming the comments.
Okay. Why on earth would you pick those players to play on a Saturday? And if you're a player who is in a squad and you turn up for training every day and you're going, I'm going to give my very best today because I want to impress the manager to give me a go at the weekend, and then you're training alongside a lad who is just one of them, channel.
All right, I've hit him.
Then you're training alongside lads who aren't putting the effort in, and then they get picked at the weekend. Where's your motivation to improve? Where's your motivation to get better? How on earth do you expect to get in that Everton side or in any football team? You can't work like that, mate. What's the point? If that's the case, what's the point?
Yeah.
So,
but and
that's my view.
And I also watched Chernobyl, and it's excellent. I did watch Chernobyl. Big Nozza says, hi lads, good result Saturday and good to see Tom and Mason in the team. Again, both showing their ability and maturity, proves that attitude, patience and hard work pays off. Credit to Marco. Well, it paid off in training.
Yeah, well, Kate, just on the back of what we're saying, my son is 12 and even he doesn't get a starting place if he's late during training. Kate. No, but that's right.
And he gets to eat loads of nice biscuits in Canada as well.
He does.
It's still snowing, by the way, Kate.
The discipline is a massive thing in football, and that is all part of being the best professional you can be, or the best sportsman you can be, or if you're playing in an amateur team, or you should be trying to be the best you can be, and that you're respectful to your teammates and your manager. If you turn up on time, you try your very, very best, because how else can you judge who plays in a game?
And also things like the meetings. If it's a team meeting where you're finding out about the way you play, and the manager sits everyone down and he shows them. You've seen it like the Man United City document and all that. He's got a board and he's showing them what he wants and he's saying, this is it. And then someone walks in 5 minutes after you started and he might miss a really important thing. The manager should be like, well, you know what? This lad here plays in your position and he's here and he's took the thing. And therefore, he plays because he knows the information. You don't know the information because you've just walked in late.
I think Tom's probably just saying, as a fan, you're only interested in what goes on the Saturday.
You shouldn't be. You should be interested in all this, because this is about attitude. This is about knowing your players. If players don't work, some players are amazing and they go to training and sometimes it mightn't come off or whatever. But they're getting less and less, I think. I think all players are understanding now how important it is. How important it is to have a good diet and not to drink and to stay at home and be all those good.
Take the stage.
1%. Well, the blood doctors. 1%. It's all it takes sometimes. 1%. So Willow says we need to get rid of Michael Keane and pick up a new centre back and loan out Dominic Calvert-Lewin and pick up a new striker. Why would you? Dominic Calvert-Lewin's our top striker, top scorer. Why would you loan him out?
I mean, it's Alisson, but
striker, central striker. Okay. Stello says we're all in this together.
Do you know that every game Dom scored and we've lost, and every game Richarlison scored and we've won?
Sell him.
No, I'm just saying. A mad fact, that, isn't it?
It's not a mad fact at all. Okay. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored twice against Sheffield Wednesday.
in the Premier League, you absolute clown. Brian Garside says, difficult in Southport. Mine are ordered and in the post to Sweden. Come on, Degsy, sort it out.
Sort it out. I mean, you didn't say that very respectful.
Come
Shame on
Derek.
you. Shame
Come
on you.
Dex, you know the love's there. Sort it.
Right, I'm not going to talk about any more Riola or Keane stuff.
Yeah, because it's
Will
nonsense.
Moore says, anyway, you can get the Howard's Way DVD. You can get it everywhere. You're
Can you get everywhere?
I presume you're on the internet right now. I'm presuming that. Because we are. So, the internet, Google Howard's Way, places to get it. Come on.
Yeah, you can get... Mark Pendleton said, downloaded Howard's Way on iTunes so I could watch it immediately and get it in high definition. I've also ordered a copy of the DVD on Amazon so I can watch the extras and ordered 2 further DVD copies for Christmas presents. Mark is fully invested in the film and that is fantastic. Mark G says, speaking about Moyes, didn't Brands say his mother and family he'd be looked after?
Yeah.
Wouldn't having someone mentor him or help him acclimatise the right thing to do? I think Everton are helping him acclimatise, Mark, and they're looking after him. Mentoring him is a really good thing, but I don't know where the club are up to with that. This is something we're banging on about at the moment. But the more English he learns and gets more comfortable with the language, the easier it'll be to fit in. Listen, he could be, according to Everton and according to the manager, the lads love him and he fits right in and he's working hard and all that. You've got to let people settle in sometime. Look at Keita, who was, the second coming to them last season. And yet he hardly played. He hardly played a game. Well, no, he played near the end, but he wasn't playing for months and months and months. It's difficult. You've got to let people settle in.
What people have got to stop doing now, genuinely, right, is taking things they see on the internet and then blowing them up into something
Thinking the facts.
And stop listening to, Dave said this and Terry said that and I got a WhatsApp. It's all bollocks. Far too many people out there now. And it's mad the way it's gone because we should have more intelligence now. But it's weird the way everybody reads things on the internet.
Everyone's fearful.
It's fact.
That's
I've seen
it
it. It was in a Facebook group. It was in a Facebook group that someone seen... Like, no, what? Genuinely, right. You know if I'd seen something and it said, seen Keane in town last week. He was out on the Saturday night and he was bladdered and he'd been a this and he was being that and he'd been disrespectful. I'd be worried then. But these are unsubstantiated rumours that, he wants to leave. Right, if he's been late to training and he's been punished, then they'll draw a line under it and they'll say, that's the end of it now. You've made mistakes. You need to work hard. If you want to be in this team, prove it you want to be in this team. Work hard. Otherwise, it's like there's a lot of players out there who are young, who've got talent, but they're not willing to work hard to match the There's loads and loads and loads and loads. I've heard people be called the next thing and this next thing and this next thing, and they never make it because they get to that like 23 time and you just go, don't care, do you? Frankly,
that's what it is.
Remember, who was the one who Bentley, David Bentley. Remember him? He's the next Beckham. Yeah. He was amazing. Set pieces amazing. He even tried to look like him, and his career just started going because he believed the hype, and then when people start believing the hype, they stop working hard, and then they get found out. Because football managers would rather have someone who's less talented but puts an extra 25% in than players who are talented, because it just doesn't work. We had people like Van der Meijden and people like that who technically probably amazing footballers, but if they're not asked, if they don't turn up for training and don't work hard, the manager's just going to go, see you later. So stop being worried. Stop being worried. It'll all, whatever happens, but don't be basing this off what you heard.
Mini Raiola has been dealing... He works for Everton, basically. Doesn't he? Yeah. He does work for us. We had Rom here. He's the reason why we got Moyes Keane, because of the relationship. So we will have had conversations with Marcel Brands throughout it. He knows what Moyes Keane's going to be. And he knows that this season was never really about that. The plan wasn't get him in for a year and sell him. The plan is he signed a 5-year deal. He's 19 years of age. The plan, I'm sure, in Raiola's head is improve him when he's about 22. If he's flying and scoring loads of goals and Everton aren't doing things like Champions League football, then he can do what he done with Romelu Lukaku with him and sell him on for a big pot of money. But he signed a 5-year deal. So don't worry about it. The lad will have to work out. Why should a 19-year-old lad from Italy come in and be guaranteed to play every week if he's not doing it? Yeah. And be honest, right, and I really like him and I think he's going to be a fantastic player, I really do. But be honest, everybody, has anybody seen him do anything that warrants a guaranteed role in our first team?
He's got loads of
Raw
potential.
But could you put your hand on heart and go, he deserves to play, he was amazing in that game?
I've not seen him start a game and be brilliant. I've seen him have little cameos. And
Yeah.
maybe he should have had more cameos off the bench. I will say that.
Yeah.
But the manager has got to make decisions. And the manager's decisions will affect the manager's future as well. But I just don't get why people buy into all this nonsense. I really don't.
Anyone can say anything
I really
now, like
don't.
at the Ferguson fight with Bowen Morty on the bus. And
I understand that people are worried about certain situations, but I just don't understand why people fall for it. Oh, Stingyo said in one of the groups in Facebook, because he knows so and so. It's just like, behave yourselves, people. Come on. Do any of you know? Do any of you know? Is that agents? Do you know these agents to say that? Agents are always splashing things around at times to help their... You know, he's probably thinking, well, if I say this, that he might be a little bit unhappy. You might get him a couple of starts, the club might panic, and stop worrying. Stop worrying.
Raiola is well in at Everton.
Yeah.
And he will know the plan and what's happening. So
And he'll tell them.
Don't take any notice of it all. It's all part of it.
Glenn Watson says, if you could make a deal with the devil and trade an Everton Champions League win for one of your senses, which one would you choose? Sight, touch, smell, sound or taste? Or no deal?
God. Touch. Wouldn't be touch. Wouldn't be sight, for God's sake.
Wouldn't be sight or touch. I mean, touch is an interesting one. But you can generally see what you touch.
You can't feel nothing. No chance. No chance.
Yeah, but it's
So
not,
what else?
It's not you getting the feeling.
Smell. Have you ever slept on your arm?
Oh,
And you woke up and you're like that, and it's dead. Have you ever done it, Bill? Right, you can't feel nothing. Imagine not being able to feel anything.
Have you ever used your other hand, Bill?
Not that. But Bill, have you? Just out of interest. No, not that. But I mean, I couldn't. So what else? Smell?
Sight, touch, smell, sound, taste.
No deal.
No deal. That's.
I mean, let's put it into perspective. All your senses are massively important.
Yeah.
I love football.
But if you lose one of them, apparently others are heightened.
Well, what would you lose? What would you choose? Because I'd choose no deal, and I'll tell you why. All of your senses are massively important to you as a human being and enjoying your life. Football, as much as I love Everton, as much as I love footy, it's a game played by millionaires who don't give a toss about what you're doing or what I'm doing, as long as they're getting paid and they've got their lives. So why would I diminish my life just for that?
I don't think I could choose, but if one was forced on me, then I don't know. But, right. Stop talking about Moise Keane.
Yeah, but that's just because it's in the news. People will talk about it.
Right.
Yeah, hang on. Let me go to
Which
this.
Vaughan Rogers says, which is your favourite Everton team song? Here we go, we're all together now.
All together.
That's a question. I like that.
Actually, hang on. No, here we go. Here we go for me, because
we were on Wogan.
Well, because we were brilliant at that time, so my brain naturally takes me back to being a kid and Everton being the best. All Together Now's a belter song, no?
We all know.
We're the team, we're supreme, number one, and we love you. I mean, I was waiting for the Everton, but you've missed
Everton.
it. Okay. Mark G says, I've done that. Sorry, where are we? Derek Hulton says, I understand you can get it on Amazon, but if I wanted it... No, Derek, I know I'm talking about
getting it sent
a hard copy getting sent to you, but he does say the address of care homes doesn't usually appear on their database. As always, we are seen as people who don't qualify to be part of a normal society. It's not as easy as it should be. I'm sure, Derek, for Amazon, if you put a postcode in, they will deliver it, mate, honestly.
Yeah.
It's Amazon. I'm not talking about buying it digitally. I'm talking about buying the DVD copy of it. Just go through it and see what it says, but I'm sure it will pick that up, mate. Amazon will deliver to a fridge left in the road if you give it the right thing.
They deliver a cat to it.
Without a cat by a drone.
Yeah.
If you wanted it, and just drop it in.
Eugene says Everton will beat Norwich City after the international break 5-0. Well, we'll see. Blue Boy Stew says, please don't ignore people because they play in Scotland. Van Dijk, need I say more?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about level of goal scoring levels. Come on, you can't say that because someone's banging goals in Scotland, he'll come and just do it in England. We've seen so many cases where Yelovitz come down was amazing until everyone went, actually, he's not that quick, and then he stopped scoring. I'm not saying they can't play in England, of course they can, but if you're talking about Everton getting a centre forward, that's going to come in and make a big difference to this team at Christmas. I'm sorry, but I don't think there's anybody in Scotland at this moment in time that would do that.
The international...
That's just my opinion.
The international man with two names, Tony Miguel
Tony Miguel.
The man with the two first names, one being an international. Doesn't quite work.
His brother of Sam.
He says...
Yeah.
Where's the Barry White voice tonight?
That was only available in the Royal Live Buildings.
It was.
That's what I'm
People are talking about a Wobie. Stop talking about a Wobie.
What they saying about
not about they're like in talking about.
Oh, in talking, that's fine.
Jamie says, lads, I watched the review you done of Howard's Way earlier, and the way Baz summed up the standards we expect as Evertonians being forged in the mid-80s struck a chord with me. You go.
I mean, it was a brilliant comment. Why you went into a silly voice?
Who
said that?
I didn't take a breath.
Who said it?
Jamie.
Jamie is right, Jay. Jamie. That's where I get my Everton from that, because and when you watch the film, which you obviously you have done or you will do, it's repeated through that by those players of that day, and it's not difficult when you speak to them or listen to them talk to see why they became champions, and they were so good because they demanded it. Neville Southall, honestly, he was in here for 3.5 hours the other day. He was unbelievable. If there's an hour out on Patreon, so all our patrons are loving it, there's a 2-hour interview with him about his early Everton, so his Everton career up to 1988. Then we had to go. So he's going to come back in and do part 2, which will obviously be 88 up to winning the FA Cup and stuff like that. But it's absolutely brilliant. But it's not difficult to see why Everton won stuff because of those standards. And those standards, Neville Southall said, were instilled by our Kendall and Colin Harvey.
Lee Whitehead says the team need to identify character, balls and guile. There is no one captain in the Everton squad. It isn't a team, it's individuals. Nuts and bolts from different cars every blue moon they fit in.
Tom Davis. Go and read the latest Tom Davis article in The Athletic if you've subscribed to it. I'm sure other people will pick it up. But talking about how vocal he's becoming in his dressing room now, and he's getting on it.
He's got to take that, hasn't he?
And the extra work he's doing after training and all of that. And he wants it for Everton. Joe Mack says, Ped, what is your favourite shot from a film this decade?
Favourite shot? Well,
he's a film buff, Joe Mack. He likes questioning you on films.
No, that's a difficult
that's
one.
That's a massive...
Just to say at the top of my head, that's a difficult one.
All right, what's your favourite film of the decade? Say that one, 2010 to now.
Oh my God, I can't even think.
But let him think on that one, Joe. We'll try and answer that before.
No, I'll tell you what was cool. I'll tell you what was a cool shot. In the end of Endgame, when they all come through, you know, if you've watched it, you will not come through.
There you go.
Difficult.
All right, well, that's good.
I'll think of my favourite film.
All right. Stephen Kelly says, question, lads. Do you think Dom is going to make it as a top striker? Also, if Everton got offered money, say the money Liverpool got offered for Solanke, would you sell? I think the amount of time Silva changed the strike force shows the lack of trust.
Because the kids, we had a conversation today on the podcast, which is out now, about having someone at the club, having experience. You know, I don't think I got my point across at first, but like the idea of having someone and we're talking about mentors, having players at the club, and I mentioned someone like Giroud or someone like Zlatan, having someone that other players can look up to, and their standards rubbing off on them, and you know what I mean, like a proper professional. That's what I'm saying about Moise Keane, is having someone who going into him and going, listen, you need to behave, or you need to grow up, or come on, you just need to be in 5 minutes area, and because if it's like an international player who Moise Keane would go, well, I know this is, and I respect the hell out of them. I'm going to listen to them, and I'm not quite sure whether we've got enough of those players at the club at the moment. I think it's why Delph was bought, but not sure whether. You know, some people might look up to Delph, some people mightn't, but it's having those players at the club I imagine people, when we had Rooney, even though people were like, oh, this and that about him, I bet you everyone else loved him because they were like, Rooney could walk into a room and go, well, here's my medals. So if I tell you to do something, but then at the same time, Wayne let himself down off the pitch, didn't he, with the drink driving thing? So it's having players you can just have and go, yeah, he was, I'll listen to him because, my God, he did it all. I just don't know if we've got enough of those players at the club, and that's what I'm saying. If there was a chance to get like Giroud till the end of the season on loan, I'd have him just for that. Walk in the dressing room and go, he won the World Cup last year. This fella is a proper player, proper player. I respect him. If he tells me to behave myself, I'm going to behave myself. I remember when Zlatan left for United, and loads of people were like, that's when the trouble started. That's when some people started to get too big for the boots.
Yeah.
Because Zlatan had just slapped them all down and go, listen, if you want my place, I'm 35. If you want my place, you're going to have to outwork me in training. You're going to have to outwork me on the pitch. And if it wasn't for Zlatan doing his knee in that semi-final, Europa League, he might still be there. But soon as that happened, then maybe people like Paul Pogba and Lukaku started going, well, I'm the top dog here. Whereas Zlatan was like, you're not the top dog, I'm the top dog. And because I've got such standards myself, don't hear people like Zlatan misbehaving on like, you might on the pitch and people go, oh, don't know about. But when was the anytime you've heard Zlatan doing like, oh, there's been a brawl or a nightclub or anything like that? Never. Zlatan's standards were mad high. Most top professionals are, right? And that's why people have them around clubs. It's why you keep hold of them and try and learn off them or bring them back. And I'm not sure we've got enough of them at the club at the moment. Because it is such, you part of your comments, right? We are such a mixed match of, Nias is our longest serving player, apart from the players that were bought by Moyes. What does that tell you? We've got players who've only come in the last few years. Tom might stand up and go, well, I'm a senior player now, even though I'm only young, I am a senior player. But you've got to have people driving those standards to say, because the manager can go, because he's the boss. You've got to do things this way. And a coach might say, you've got to do things this way. But you might look at them as a player and go, who are you? You're my manager, of course you're going to say that. But if a player grabs you and you go, well, he's won it all. So therefore, his standards are good. I think that's what you need.
The mad thing about that is Tom Davis.
I can hear myself there.
I haven't done anything other than that. Tom Davis he's played under 4 managers. He's only 21. That shows you the turmoil that Everton have had.
Alex Walsh's stream quality 100 times better this week. It's been great for weeks. We've got a new system now and it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Just while I'm on, 289 watching at the moment, 63 likes. That is woeful.
That doesn't feel acceptable.
It isn't acceptable.
It doesn't feel acceptable.
That should be 280.
Where's the respect to us?
That should be 250 likes. No problem. There's 287. Go like, bing, done. It's done. It's literally 1 second. That's like going into training and not putting the effort in. To me, just my opinion.
It is.
Jake Ablett says, some great content today, guys. Gotta say, I effing love Neville Southall.
I thought he was going to say he effing love Toffee TV, but whatever.
Well, I reckon Jake does love Toffee TV. Mark Pendleton says, I'd lose my hearing if I had to lose a sense. You can still watch it, Goodison, and you can feel the noise. And Home and Dry is the best EFC song.
Can you watch films?
No. Mark G says, have you seen Legends starring Tom Hardy playing the Gangster Twins? Arguably his best performance.
No, not a chance.
Hang on, whoa.
Not a chance.
Hang on, wait. Arguably, yeah. Stephen Kelly says, with KSI and Logan Paul fight at the weekend,
Put on the mask.
If you could fight one celebrity, who would it be and why?
One celebrity?
If you could fight him.
Oh my God, I could...
I've got a list. A few would be like Phil Thompson, Charlie Nicholas.
Do you like celebrities?
No. Well, hang on. I'll tell you one I'd love to... I don't fight and I wouldn't want to fight.
I'm all ears.
Because I'm not into it and you beat them, so what?
Yeah.
But one fella who I wouldn't mind punching in the face. Yeah, he's not a celebrity in my eyes. Just
okay.
That's like saying we're celebrities, which is ridiculous. Is Stephen Merchant. Every time I see him, I want to
I am shocked by that, Billy.
No, not Stephen Merchant. Not Stephen Merchant. Not Stephen Merchant. Not Stephen Merchant. Stephen Mulhern. That's it. Stephen Mulhern. You'll see him. He's like, he does catchphrase now.
Oh, he's a prick.
Horrible, little
he's a
slimy beaut. He
And he thinks he's so funny.
And he thinks he's like, he always tries to pop up with Ant and Dec. He thinks he's the man. I honestly, and I've hated him for years, part of the magic circle. He's one of them lads
So you
that,
know
he's probably all right, but I just, every time I see him, I want to boot him. Him and Russell Howard, who, since he come out as a cop-out, I can't even entertain him on my telly. He's a bad, weird knobhead.
Who would I have?
But I don't like fighting, so what would be the point? Doesn't solve nothing.
I really don't like.
Yeah.
Loads that I just turn my telly off.
That's better than fighting.
On, for some people.
No.
I think most people who are in EastEnders, worst part.
I don't know who's in EastEnders. Is Phil Mitchell still in EastEnders? Or
He is, that's the point. People bringing people back.
It was about 40 years ago he started,
and what makes it worse is missus, who they treat on the show, like they've written into the show, like she looks like she's supposed to be, like she's...
Who's this miss? Kathy Beale? She's not still in it.
No, what's her name?
Gillian Tailfoot?
No, she is, isn't he?
Shut up! She was in it 30 years ago.
She died and come back.
Think he better not be in. Oh no, she's in Corrie now, isn't she? Michelle Collins. Cindy. No, she's in Corrie apparently.
No, it's Thingo. What's her name?
Anita Dobson.
Oh.
Isn't she still in Queen with Brian May?
That's the name, it looks like Miss Piggy.
Shut up,
right.
Letitia Dean.
Right, and
Sharon. Sharon is not still in EastEnders. She's been
going out with some fella, right?
Sharon
having an affair, right? Put it this way, and his name is Keanu.
Oh, piss off. Get pissed off.
But they treat her like she's some kind of absolute amazing MILF.
Sharon!
I know!
Oh, behave.
Well, she's been having a run-in with Tamsin Outhwaite, who still would get a five-a-side game.
Tamsin would still get a game.
But then she had a big crash last night, but it looked like the crash from the Go Compare advert.
Go Compare.
It's like the car just went, but while she was having the crash, she was on the phone and all you heard.
Go Compare.
I don't watch
Will
it.
you, Willow?
I don't really watch it normally. I was just on.
I mean,
I was editing and my missus was watching.
My mind is blown that Letitia Dean.
This is how bad it is. They just keep bringing them back.
Tailfoot.
They just keep bringing them back.
If Ian Beale's still in it, I'm going now.
Of course he's still in it. I'd have a fight with him.
What's the point?
He's still in it.
What is the point?
He's still in it. Of course he's still in it. Why would he have moved?
Why would he be in it?
Because
why wouldn't you have moved him on?
Because people like him.
No one does a crying scene like Ian. Well, he used to do. I don't know whether he still does. He'd always like that. In it, wherever he is.
I'm trying to think who I really don't like on telly though.
That is bizarre.
They'll come back to me.
Brian Garside says the John Joe Kenny interview on Sky is worth...
Alan went over, didn't he? Myers went.
It's worth... Was that why he wasn't there Monday? Mustn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to hopefully interview John Joe later in the season.
Yeah.
So there. On Patreon, of course.
I was on to the person who's going to sort that out for us on Saturday.
On Saturday, yeah.
What else we got?
Stephen Kelly would fight Piers Morgan.
Oh, Piers Morgan! How could I forget that prick? Oh,
he went the smug T.
Oh,
XXX.
do you know what I'd use as well? Mobile phones. The irony.
Oh.
But know what I'd get? 1990 mobile phones. Oh.
Get it? Now get the one out of Pretty Woman in 86. One that you take out the case and it's like that.
Pretty Woman was 86.
Or 88 or something. When was it?
90?
Was it 90?
90,
was
I
it
guarantee it was 1990.
Oh, I'm just asking. Yeah, I'm just asking you. Is that when it was 1990?
12-inch version this.
It'll be the only 12-inch version you've ever seen. It is 1990. Good, aren't you? Straight off the bat.
Toady for Everton. Toady for Everton.
Fair enough.
Says, hi all, if the FA Cup can take points off a team, can the FA, brain. Can the FA award points to use for the pen we never got? No, they can't. I mean, that's that simple.
Pretty Woman.
Working.
Don't, because that's going to be him.
Ian 8002.
Yeah.
Or 80,002, sorry. Says Longhorn or Outback. And I don't even know what that means.
Steakhouses. Outback. For me.
Where are they? What country are they in?
Outback Steakhouses in
America?
In Florida.
Oh, okay.
But well, it's all over America. It's not just Florida.
Pretty woman, walk home back. Thomas Stone says, lads, what are your favourite old school Everton shirts?
And this one, signed by one and only
Trevor Stevens.
We've
got literally a pile of all the classic.
They're all over there, yeah.
They should be in a better.
There's some classic Umbro. Degsy's shirt needs to go up there as well.
Yeah, we do.
Got a 87 one from Derek
ESC
Monfield.
lad says Jeff from West Derby filled the form in loads of times. He didn't though, that was the irony.
I would have thought he would have, mate, but he didn't. But, well, he probably did. He probably filled it in at least
Paul Lightly
once.
says feelings on how well we will do through the very tough fixes up to January 1st. Given the injuries we also have. Also, should we promote from the youth side or go in the market if January if we stay in the bottom three? We're not in the bottom three. Did you like this comment
Last week.
a few weeks ago?
It was 6 points ahead at the bottom.
It's going to be tough because there's a lot of games. Some of the games are not as daunting as what you think. We take one at a time. Don't look at the whole thing. Just take one at a time.
Every game's a one-off. Every game is a one-off.
And we will. Hopefully Bernard will be back. And we will have to, have a look at the midfield situation and maybe move.
Well, Delph will be fit, won't he? Delph will be fit.
And then injured and then fit.
Yeah, but he'll be around for some games, won't he? We can rotate between Nat Sigurdsson's there and Iwobi. You can have Bernard in.
And you'd like
strikers.
to think,
Beningame,
that
maybe.
people like Beningame will be getting run through the process now in training, ready for the possibility that they might have to play a couple of games.
So
because it's gonna
I look honestly, mate. I look at Arsenal at home, Chelsea at home. Neither of them bother me in the slightest. United away doesn't bother me, and it doesn't worry me in the slightest. Leicester away, tough game, very tough game. Liverpool away, incredibly tough game. Manchester City away, incredibly tough game. But in between that, we have Burnley at home, which is a game we can more than win. Newcastle away, which is very winnable. So tricky games. If Everton come out of the December run with, I don't know, 3 wins or something, then, like I said, I've said it on another video, or it might have been on the podcast today. If we can be 7 or 8 points off Europe going into January, in January, with a slightly easier run to come then and getting players back, then we're in good nick, because you can make up them points, because them other teams will have to play those tough games. But you can never choose 6. Look at the last half a dozen games last season. Everyone was like, won't get any points at home until Burnley, none. And we won most games, so.
Live Avid says, would you both kick out VAR next season? See, I wouldn't. I'd get it sorted. And the way I'd get it sorted is get independent people in the VAR room. Yeah. So independent of all the rest at the moment. Train some people up. Not mates, not refs, not actual refs. Make proper video refs, ex-professionals or whatever. They don't know anyone, and all they do is that. They don't come out and ref on a Sunday if they've worked on a Saturday. That's their only job. So that you get experts to do that, who understand the process. Get people who've worked in, the industry, video industry. And I'd also have everyone on a screen, and I'd force Liverpool and Man United to put screens up in their ground. Yeah. And the ref mic'd up so you can hear him when he's talking to the guy in the VAR thing as well. Not obviously not all the time, but when he's talking to the VAR, a mic that you can hear what he's saying.
I just think you need better people interpreting it, not Premier League referees. You need, Germany use external people, not referees, to do theirs, and they have fantastic success with it. Seen in the Champions League last week, the Atalanta Man City game, decisions over, referee checked it, bang, he gave a penalty to City, went over, looked at it, wasn't, it was right outside the box, changed that. Then he went and checked the penalty situation, gets a penalty, done and dusted. No messing around, just over, have a look, right decision, bing. And there was a few of them last week in the Champions League, wasn't there? Some great decisions used by VAR, so.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Luke says, if Bernard is fit for the Norwich game, should Richarlison move back up top and Tosin get dropped or not? Yeah, I think that's probably what would happen if Bernard is fully fit. Let's have a look.
And then Iwobi into midfield instead of Sigurdsson is what I would do.
Who's this Bright 77 absolutely destroying the comments?
What's he actually commenting on?
Oh, I've binned them all, but what an absolute clown.
Have you hit him from the channel? Because normally then you don't even see it.
I've tried, you can't do it.
Oh, can't you do it?
I have done that, but...
Oh, okay.
Not talking about anything to do with replacing Marco Silva. It's not the time or the place.
Why would people go on about replacing? Still?
No, I don't think Souness's comments hold any water. Don't want to get into that.
Oh, we're keen.
Kid's just a poor timekeeper. I'm a poor timekeeper.
Jake Ablett, if you could bring 3 Everton players bring back 3 Everton players from any era into this side right now, who would it be?
Sing it back. Nev. Nev. I mean, it's tough because there's a lot on you throw in.
Peter Reid.
Oof.
Into midfield.
Oof. Alan Ball.
Alan Ball, maybe. Yeah. I'm just talking a play, because you'd say Dixie Dean, of course you would.
Of course you would.
But I'm going to say 3 players who I watched play for Everton. So, Neville Southall, Peter Reid. And it'd be a toss-up between Gary Lineker and Graham Sharp. Because I think there you'd have the spine, wouldn't you? I mean, Ratcliffe, I mean, there's loads you could throw in, you know, bring in Kinselskas, people like that, but that's what I'd go with.
Look, what else have we got? Loads of people talking about how it's way and how much it costs and where you can get it.
Good. Yeah, it's those like. Be nice if we could get 15 more likes. 150 is a lovely number.
Did you see the article saying Everton should make a move for Grant Xhaka? Either way, what are your thoughts? He's rubbish. I've said it for 3 years. He's garbage. Honest to God, he's garbage. He's like Snarden, someone with a shot. He's garbage, right? Absolutely garbage. His attitude is garbage. And why would we buy a cast-off from Arsenal? No, thank you. Put him in the bin. Don't want any of that nonsense. Thank you very much. What? What's that on his shoulder?
Don't know about that.
Is that a boy or a girl?
It's a woman. That's right.
You sure?
Moise, lad. Moise, what a hit. What a hit. Fair play.
Jim Pro, this says, really good live chat, guys. Thanks, feeling a bit more positive. Guys, which player in May 2020 will likely be our player this season? Mina, Richarlison or Tom? I hope it's Richarlison, because I want me attacking players to be man of the season, player of the season.
I wouldn't be against Mina being player of the season, because I think that'd be fantastic. I think Tom would be fantastic. You know what? I hope we're arguing over who it is. I hope that 3 of them are that good.
Is it? Go on. Here's an interesting one. Ian Clark says paying for your own DNA is giving the police and governments all your everything for free on a permanent record. What? So hang on. So if I do a DNA ancestry test, they pass it to the police. I think that might be illegal. And if that's illegal, then they definitely already got my DNA. So I think,
because wouldn't they just get that from like hospital?
The police could not. The police and government can't take my DNA. They just can't.
Not without your permission.
Not without permission. And even if you're involved in a court case and anything, and they take your DNA, they have to destroy it unless you get done for it. Real Tour says, evening gents, if you were going to create your own crime fighting team, which Everton players, past and present, would you sign up to join you? Duncan, Pat Van How.
Ratters was hard.
Must be. There's been loads of mad lunatics, hasn't there? Mick Lyons, because he's indestructible.
He's a big fella.
Indestructible.
He could handle himself,
not like he was now, but
Andy Gray could handle himself at the time. Yeah.
I don't know how many of them could actually
how many
solve the crime. No.
Yeah, and I mean that's what you've
Pat Nevin, I think, could solve the crime.
Pat Nevin, yeah, I see Pat Nevin like a Sherlock Holmes. I'd see him with like the overcoat, that cap.
I see him more like a Doctor Who.
And the owl, giving it the owl thingy with the magnifying glass.
Let's have a look. What else is going on? The person who said it was snowing never got back.
I know, yeah. -4 and the snow. Well, where? Where was it -4? Kate never got back to say whether it was snowing where she is.
Dozak says, I usually fall asleep listening to Toffee TV and wake up to Ped screaming Axl Rose lyrics. She got it.
Why does he fall asleep watching us? That's not very good.
Must be a childhood memories. And he also says, will you sing us something tonight, Ped? I just did. I didn't go to a concert. I tend to see
Green is the bright blue sky. I'm going to be singing that. Here we go. Oh, look at that. 3 likes away from 150. 3 likes away from 150, would you? Right, are we,
We'll soon get the under 50. We'll move on.
Well, yeah, we'll go on and get some questions.
Stephen says, shouldn't Lee Mason have been took off duties for the wrong call on our
Yeah.
game? Yes, this is the other thing. There's no
comeback on anything.
Nothing. They get privately it was a wrong decision. We'll punish them for it then. You absolute shower of clown shoe wearing clowns.
No, well, they're not clowns. That's why it's even
like
worse.
clowns,
I don't like clowns either, but they're not clowns.
Are there any clowns you do like?
Thingy's quite funny. Thrusty's quite funny.
But I don't like the rest of them. They all seem sinister.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
But, I mean, the questions that matter are coming in. Robert Russell says, pub crawl. Any player, any era.
I'm rubbish at drinking, so anyone could have me off. As long as they can have like 3 pints, they'd beat me. Listen, that team of 85 know how to go on a pub crawl. They know how to handle that.
Ian Clark says, any such DNA paid for individually, privately, is being used by the police in the States already. Well, that's the States, isn't it? I don't live in the States, and I live in Great Britain, and we don't do things like what we probably do. The thing about it is, right, and this is a horrible thing to say, Ian, but I know when people go, need to protect all your stuff. I think they've got it all anyway, mate. I genuinely feel like that. I genuinely feel like they've got everything already. Now when you say, like, don't sign to this and don't go on Facebook. I mean, don't go on Facebook because it's full of lunatics. But when they go, I think they've got it all, mate. I genuinely think they've got it all. Honestly. I think they've got it all. Mm-hmm. And the chemtrails are keeping us all quiet anyway.
Yeah.
Terry says he's done his DNA and I'm 100%...
He's 100%.
He's 100% Irish, Scottish. Well, then that's not really 100%. You're 50-50, aren't you?
Well, that's why he's doing that. Maybe
but are you related to anyone?
Maybe he'd come back and said, you're 100% Irish, Scottish, and he's going, I'm a both.
I'm a both. I don't know.
Renzi wondered if the team has watched Howard's Way, but I'd like to think they will do, but I don't know whether he will do, whether that bothered.
I think they should get them together and show it. Don't go, yeah, lads, go and watch that.
Yeah, it's got to be watched in a thing.
They'll never watch it.
How do I, as a fan, forget about results and just get into mindset supporting the club? I feel like I get too involved and heartbroken. Shrieker, we all feel like that, mate, but somehow you've got to try and remember that it's a game for a start, and I know it's easier said than done, and my missus will probably be sat here calling me a hypocrite, but you do have to try to just keep that at the forefront of your mind. You're a fan, so you get upset and emotionally involved, of course you do, but you just got to try to do whatever you can to get through it. Calms are good as well.
Those Bick says, what do you like to dip your French fries in?
Barbecue sauce.
Ooh, controversial.
Lucas says, sometimes see McLean's at our local pub in Western Australia, always rocking the Everton gear. See, blue, proper blue. Stephen Kelly says, Julia Roberts or Sandra Bullock, which one are being your favourite?
I like that. It's a good question because they're like classic beauties. They're not like...
Which one are being your favourite side team?
Oh, it depends what time and place.
Roberts with the pretty woman gear on would get in.
Which pretty woman gear?
The hooker gear. With the
red,
boots.
Not the red dress.
No, not the red dress.
Yeah, I like the way she was wearing like the day suit.
I don't want it to be that classy. Sandra Bullock doesn't really do it. I think she's a great actress, but
Sandra Bullock
really
in Demolition Man with the police uniform on. But also know what I like her in. This is one of her more recent roles. Is Gravity. She's stunningly gorgeous.
I like her in Miss Congeniality.
I've never seen that film.
You haven't seen that or Miss Congeniality 2? You've never lived.
I've definitely not seen those
You've
films.
never lived.
But I have got Disney Plus, so it doesn't really.
Well, there you go. So, well, there you go. Well, which one would you have, Steve, in your team?
I broke the law and I won.
Who would be in your five-a-side team?
I don't want to get into
Women's
that.
five-a-side team?
Go on my Instagram.
You're not. No, Instagram can't be included. Actresses. Because 5 actresses who you...
Too many.
There's too many.
Yeah, there's too many.
That you... I can't... I just go... I don't know.
There's too many actresses. And then you're gonna make those other actresses who get left out my five-a-side team feel
no,
bad.
You're not, because you're just choosing 5 there, just going, oh, well...
Writing actresses in the game right now.
No, just across.
Overall.
I
don't know. There's loads. There's too many.
There's too many.
Well, it is. There's literally thousands through time, isn't there? You can't even name one.
Who I'd have in my five-a-side team? Halle Berry.
Did you see last week the picture of the abs?
She's
see
amazing,
it?
mate.
She's picture on Instagram saying, I finally got them. She's in her 50s and she's got abs.
She's amazing. Halle Berry. She would be in it.
What else?
You've just said I can't name one. I've named you one.
I'm asking.
Where's yours?
Keira Knightley.
Really? Nah, man, you'd kill her. You'd break her. She's that skinny. She's her arm, mate. Her legs and her arms are literally like that.
There's the statement of the year. You'd break her.
You would.
You'd break her.
You're a big unit. You're a big lad.
I'm playing it in my 5-a-side.
No,
What are you doing?
It's over footy.
What are you doing with it?
Quite,
I'm playing her up front. She's that nimble.
quite clearly not the 5-a-side team Steve's
No.
picking then. Because
dead nimble.
I thought we were in
No.
the D. Oh,
She's dead nimble up
footballers.
front. Oh my God.
Okay. Well, she's quick then.
She's quick.
Okay, yeah.
She's quick.
She strikes me as indecisive though.
Why?
She just does.
She was in Bender like Beckham as well.
Exactly. She's very indecisive in that. What about in Love Actually when the fella knocks with all them things going, oh, you're so... Don't say a word. You'd just be going, mate, you are acting a little bit... Go away. She wasn't. She stood there and took it.
The woman in that is absolutely filthy. The one who has an affair with Alan Rickman.
In Love Actually?
Yeah. She's filthy.
I can't think of it.
Filthy. And she's like, yeah, she's just the wrong one. A wrong one. And I don't conform
Have
to
you ever
that.
seen White Chicks?
No. Not much shit like that.
No, it's just because the Disney Maitland Baxter-Ward, who's a Disney actor.
I know who she is.
White Chicks, she's now
I know who she is.
Fair play to her.
She's like
mid-30s, red hair. She's
No, I know her because she does all the... She turns up at all like the Comic-Cons dressed as...
Yes, as you think. Well, she was a Disney actress,
Yeah.
and then she was in White Chicks, she was a film, and now she's gone for a mainstream film.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll tell
She's
you
a
what,
porn
big
star.
nonsense smashed her here. 5-a-side team, Jamie Lee Curtis. I was watching Trading Places.
Trading Places with
the
when Dan Aykroyd's been battered, and he opens the cupboard, and
she says, these are not for free.
Yeah.
Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Rodriguez?
She dies and everything. She's in Fast and Furious. Jane Fonda.
Okay, he's gone classic.
Mila Jovovich.
I thought you meant Miley Kulis.
And Julia Roberts. Somebody, I mean, if you go back like years, there's some absolutely good. Say everyone who's on the wall in Shawshank. Poster on the wall. They're all stunners.
Terry McAllister, the way Baz says Halle Berry makes it sound like a striker from the Bundesliga. It's Halle Berry. Well, I've heard people call her Halle Berry and Halle Berry. And Halle actually plays for West Ham, Terry. So there. Only messing with me.
Mal Young says, should season ticket holders a certain age be sent a free copy of Howard's Way? No, that's not how it works. Part of the club the club didn't make it. So what? So unless they want to buy it and send it, then I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're all thinking now, aren't we? Of our
Everyone's gone.
5 actors.
Who would I have in my 5-a-side actress team?
There's been loads over the years, I must admit.
I don't have do you have like one actress where it's like, oh, she's Afghan,
I do like Scarlett Johansson though. She's a tremendous actress.
As an actress,
she's a tremendous actress.
As an actress.
When she's
gonna say
when she plays Black Widow,
very good as
she
a
wears
fullback.
she wears like a black catsuit.
Yeah.
Which is tremendous.
She's a bit hot and cold though, isn't she?
No, she's definitely not hot and cold.
Oh, okay.
She's just always hot.
Okay.
Always hot.
Liz Haley. Mark G. Liz Haley.
Well, yeah.
Jeez.
But what role would you...
If we're going over 50s...
She's not really an actress though, is she?
No. Well, she's in that Royals thing,
She was in Tingo, wasn't she? She was in... Well, she was in Austin Powers.
Exactly. Margot Robbie, Steve Kelly would have.
I mean, fair
in
play.
Wolf of Wall Street.
I think she'd be a tricky left winger, but she cuts in onto her right foot. Definitely.
Yeah.
She just she'll just burst past you.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got the ability to strip you bare, Robbie. Easy.
I think so.
Easy.
Top bin.
I'm trying to think now. I'm starting to...
I don't think this is very PC.
No, it's not. Why? Because it's just girls you like. You're not allowed to like anyone anymore.
You know, it's part of the rules now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you're basing everything on their look.
This is amazing. So can I sue Everton? And Everton in the community for releasing a calendar of good-looking men in suits. Is that all right?
No, but that's
okay?
That's a very interesting point, because that is a very interesting point. Men are not really allowed to say certain things, and yet we've said it loads of times, loose women. I mean, it's called loose women.
On Saturday...
Jennifer Aniston in goal.
Jennifer Aniston in goal. Jennifer Aniston in...
Judi Dench.
We Are the Millers.
Tom Walsh. Judi Dench.
Might be a gentleman certain age who thinks she's classy. Evertonian as well, Judi Dench. Jennifer Aniston in We Are the Millers. The scene with the thing, incredible. But X Factor celebrity or something was on ours the other day, right?
Yeah.
And you've got Nicole Scherty, who literally thrusts her vagina at everybody.
She turns me off.
Well, that's fair enough. What I'm saying, she's hanging out of a dress, thrusting herself because she loves it, doesn't she? Yeah. And saying things like, because there's rugby.
Felicity Kendall.
There's 3 rugby lads.
Tia Carrera.
There's 3 there's 3 rugby lads on there.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it'd have been better if you'd have had your shirt open and all that. You know, less clothes, the better. Yeah. Right? So imagine if Simon Cowley's on it, said to 3 girls.
With his weird face.
With his weird face, yeah. Said to 3 girls, it'd be better if you just came out in your bra and knickers.
Yeah. That'd be murders.
There'd be murder, but Scherty giving it the vag thrusting can say that. So that's all it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. One off Big Bang.
Okay.
It's all right.
Thingy, Raquel Welch in a million years BC or whatever.
Paul Hewitt, I think you need to see a doctor, and I'm not even going to...
He's probably taking the
mickey. I know
he
is, but I think I'd have to see the doctor if I even said those.
Stop it, he's taking the mickey.
Ingrid,
they've gone classy, whoever that is, Ingrid Bergman.
Yeah.
And Marilyn Monroe, she was beautiful.
Brad Pitt,
yeah.
5
Should I say Brad Pitt?
Gwyneth
Paltrow, Jennifer Aniston. So you've got Brad Pitt, Jennifer Aniston, Gwyneth Paltrow. Who's the other 2?
Where's it gone?
He's deleted it because he hasn't finished it probably. That's all.
I think his missus is called on.
Yeah, Mal Young says the lineswoman who comes to Goodison is lovely. Fair play.
You can't say stuff like that. Gwyneth Paltrow is the
Hang on. You can be PC, right?
We can't. They can.
He's saying it.
But she's an official that comes to Goodison. You've got to respect that.
You can't say people are nice looking anymore.
Is a tremendous woman.
What is it life even anymore if you can't say someone's nice looking?
I'm just protecting the channel.
We're not saying anything other than
covering my bases.
Oh my! Hang on, you're covering your bases. This is the thing, saying whether someone's is, in your opinion, attractive or not. This is the thing you're trying to.
This is the thing at the
there's
moment.
A million things.
But this is the thing at the moment. This is the thing that brings people down, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is the thing that people.
Okay.
He once said in 1987 that
somebody was attractive.
Yeah. Jeff Goldblum in a wig. Daryl Hannah in full mermaid gear.
It's the same as...
Mrs. Potts!
It's the same as saying...
Is that the one out of Beauty and the Beast?
Classic film. Rebel Wilson in goal. Rebel Wilson.
To be fair, and I'm not saying any more,
Don't say anywhere,
feel like
that's a good choice. She's funny, Rebel Wilson, isn't she?
I like ones that are like, I like some though who aren't, and I think there's a lot of the actresses about who aren't like, you wouldn't go, oh, they're an amazing stunner or anything, but they are like classic. That's what I'm saying, like Julia Robertson, like, and Dingo.
What are you looking for, don't it? Not to...
Paul Hewitt says, thought you were married. Well, you know what, a dog tied to a railing still is going to bark at the cars, isn't it?
It's a good analogy. Oh, so when you get married, that's it? You can't look at anyone?
Scarlett Johansson, Selma Hayek. Amber Heard. Kate Beckinsale, who is older than Dingo, that other witch. What's her name?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
The Tory witch. Christina Hendricks.
I don't know.
Champagne football.
Champagne football's a classic.
There'd be champagne somewhere. Lanky Crouch's wife.
Oh, Abby thingy.
Dolores Umbridge is the manager. Well, you know, you need someone who can dish out the discipline, and she could.
Nora Batty in her stockings. She's centre-back.
Right.
Centre-back.
Right, come on. It's 25 to 7.
Why have we done an hour and 25? I've got to go home and have me tea.
You're the one who kept on talking about women. Shit.
No,
every
I honestly thought that was Lee Mason. Look at Mitchell there, married, not buried. Well, in Mitchell, you tell him. That's it. Surely that's it. Thank you very much for joining us today, people. Been interesting. Been very interesting.
Natalie Portman. See, the more people say it, the more I'm like, yeah.
You're still carrying it on.
Yeah. But these are just all nice, respectful women who are really good actresses.
They are.
I like for being actresses. You can do various roles and stuff like that. So
multi-talented. Absolutely brilliant. Right.
Mila Kunis.
I said that before.
What?
I said that before.
Did you? Fair play.
Okay. Say thank you.
Right, gentlemen and ladies. If any ladies are watching, and if any ladies want to comment on who are their favourite actors for obviously acting abilities, because this is the thing, they'd all throw the Tom Hardys at me and all this malarkey. You know what I mean? Tom Hardy and Cillian Murphy and all this.
That fella who's who they wanted for James, I forgot his name, not the blonde kid who they wanted for James Bond. He was in The Night Manager.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Loki.
Loads like him, don't they?
Posh boy.
So fair.
Chris Hemsworth.
Fair enough, isn't it? Hemsworth.
Thor.
Yeah, he's another one.
Thor.
One
of his many brothers. And his many.
So fair play.
Good stuff.
Fair play.
There you go. Thanks for joining us. We do this every day except Friday because that's our day off on Patreon. So if you want to come over, and the Neville Southall interviews on Patreon as well.
There is.
And there'll be more.
Graham Sharp's on Patreon.
That's on YouTube now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
There'll be more exclusive tonight that'll be on Patreon. There will also be the footy show that Baz did with the Piv before. The video version of the podcast will be on as well. When is it going to be on?
Tonight. I don't know when.
Why?
It's still got 45 minutes and then...
That's your laptop, that's all right.
I'll sort it after.
That's your laptop, that's fine. I'll be on tonight if you're on Patreon. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow on Patreon.
We will.
No, I'm just thinking who we've...
Oh, another Patreon exclusive.
Oh.
Say nothing.
Oh, it's a good one.
Say nothing.
Oh, it's a good one.
It's a good one.
And it's literally just dawned on me
Yeah.
who's coming in.
Say nothing.
Who's
Say nothing.
coming in tomorrow. Oh.
It's not your Cuban.
It's not your Cuban.
Only messing. It's not.
That would be amazing.
Amazing.
See you later.
It'd be unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
See you later.